In some ways, when you look at the Lexus ES, it's easy to see the familiar. A handsome and graceful body, a xenon and LED headlight system that makes it look like a big deal coming down the road, a bit of glamorous upscale flair. All of these elements are shared to varying degrees by luxury sedans around the world. And inside, it's a cabin rich with detail. Contrast stitching plays off of the grain of the leatherwork, and the metal and wood and satin finished plastics intersect and join and highlight one another. The detail, right down to ensuring your fingertips always land on something soft and pleasing to the touch, are all top-notch inside of the ES. It really all works well to help support the machine's premium presence and to use the feel and richness of the cabin to support the price tag, which stretches into the $40,000 range, though none of this is the most unique part of this ES's offering. You're looking at the Lexus hybrid drive system here, combining a 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine with an electric motor drive. In simple terms, the engine drives the wheels and a generator that recharges the drive battery. In certain situations, that battery powers the electric motor, which reduces or even eliminates the load on the gas engine, sometimes even driving the car all by itself. So you've got a powertrain that works to lighten the load on the gas engine and to boost its performance all at once. Total output is 200 horsepower in this hybrid-powered variant of the ES, which is called the ES300H. You get moments of noise-free, fuel-free driving which support a motoring experience that feels honed to be peaceful above all else. Even the transmission helps with the peaceful driving, since you never feel it shift gears because it doesn't have any. It's called a continually variable transmission, and it blends power from the gas and electric systems together and delivers it on a smooth and endless wave. The drivers can watch that current blending of power and propulsion via this screen, and on this power indicator here, which turns into a tachometer when you engage sport mode from this drive mode selector, which sort of fine-tunes your ES to the type of driving you want to do. But effortless driving is the theme whatever mode you use. The ES300H is quiet and rides with a creamy smoothness that nearly sees it hovering over smoother roads. Wind and road and tire noise are very muted and sound like they're coming from far away, from another car. The steering is light enough to point around with one finger on the highway, which you shouldn't, and it's even lighter when you're parking. Automatic lights, wipers, and fully automatic climate control work with the memory seats for more effortlessness. Just set everything once, and your preferred driving position and driving environment settings are all called into action, leaving you to just sit back and enjoy. There's even this remote touch interface, which allows drivers to manipulate hundreds of vehicle functions with just a millimeter or two of fingertip movement. Comfort is enhanced with things like climate-controlled seats, a heated steering wheel, rear sunblinds, and a voice-activated communication and navigation system. And if you're planning to use your ES as a personal listening space, get the Mark Levinson stereo. It's one of my all-time favorites. Not tremendous on bass if you're into dance music or dubstep, which you're probably not if you're shopping here, but so clear and vivid and bright that you'll hear details in your favorite songs that you never knew were there. Power output from the engine is generous and rich with low-end torque thanks to the electric motor and should prove adequate most, if not all, of the time. But power is far from the point of this machine.
So for this money, you could find a bigger, faster, sportier, maybe even all-wheel drive luxury sedan if that's your thing. But arguably, the shopper being targeted by this ES300H is concerned primarily with fuel efficiency, which this delivers, and maybe even more so, a driving experience that's just beautifully laid back and relaxed. I don't think I've ever driven a luxury sedan anywhere near this price point that was just so easy to get in, sit back, unwind, and enjoy the ride. Now, admittedly, if you're after something sportier and thrilling out of a luxury sedan, this probably isn't going to do it for you. But if your main priority is having a place that you can sit back, unwind, socialize, and relax on the open road, then the ES300H should be given your immediate attention.
Complaints? No major ones really. The trunk is on the small side since some of its space is chewed up by the hybrid battery mounted in back of it, which also means the seats don't fold down. And as relaxing and easy as the steering is, I wished for a touch more feel and weight at highway speeds, which would help the ES lock more precisely into its position within its lane. Mileage? Well, my test drive saw 1,129 kilometers using 166 liters of fuel for a combined average of 6.8 per 100 clicks. Most of that driving was on the highway, and in stop-and-go city driving, where hybrids get even better mileage, that number would be even better. Still, this great big luxury sedan turned in the sort of fuel consumption I'd usually expect in a compact car, and that's a good thing. So let's sum up this thrifty, sensible, relaxing, and surprisingly posh cruiser. You'll probably like the rich interior, the tremendously relaxing driving experience, How the ES demands little of you to drive, and the fuel mileage. The Mark Levinson stereo system is a must-have too. Might not likely reduce trunk space on account of the hybrid batteries, and the highway steering feel, which is a bit too vague. Plus, if you're after something sporty and thrilling, this isn't going to do it for you. End of the day, as a hybrid-powered luxury sedan, the ES300H has only one direct rival in its price range, the Lincoln MKZ Hybrid, which should be cross-driven for comparison. Those not set on a hybrid should also consider test drives of comparably priced upscale models like the Hyundai Genesis, Chrysler 300, Volvo S60, the brand new Acura TLX, and the Buick LaCrosse. Ultimately, where tranquility and fuel efficiency are priorities, the ES300H should fit the bill.